I wonder if they're gonna bring any guest star.
They have to.
Hope so.
They will for sure.
Can I start, please?
Sorry.
I'm joking. What's going on, people, man? You're tuned into episode 7 of the Is Not Easy podcast, man. I got some new faces in the building. I got some nice ladies in the building. How you guys doing?
Hi.
We're good. Hey.
How have you guys' weeks been, all that?
Yeah, it's been good.
I've had a good week. I've had a
it's
good
been
week.
good.
Good week.
We thank God. It's been good.
It's been a long week.
The weather's getting a bit scary, though.
Yeah.
This weather is terrible.
It
I feel
is.
like we went from like it being hot one day, like why is it so hot in October, and then 5 degrees.
Yeah.
Literally went
Like,
from
it was a
like
slap.
wig lifting weather to like rain. Nah, it's not the best. No, it's not.
But I think it was coming, though, right? Like, we're in October.
Yeah.
Like, what are we expecting, really? Do you know what I mean?
No, it's true, but it was just, I think it was just a bit drastic because we had that heat wave.
Yeah.
We had that heat wave and everyone was like, why is it so hot in October? And then next day it was freezing.
It just got nuts.
No,
yeah.
yeah, it's crazy.
It just changed like that. So I think that was
Yeah.
it was the harsh reality.
Quite
Like,
drastic.
don't forget,
Yeah.
we're in London.
Basically reminded you that you're back in the
Yeah.
UK now.
Yeah.
Don't get too excited.
Yeah. Don't get assisted, boy.
Yeah, I wanted to ask though. I was about like in the almost the last lap of this year. How do you guys feel like the year has been? As I asked my last on the last episode, I asked the question as well.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel like this year has been, like, holistically?
For me specifically or in general?
Both.
For me, I feel like I've had a good year.
Thank
Like
God.
so I don't know how people see their years. Obviously, my birthday's in September, and that's usually like the new year, like
Okay,
because that's when you school year.
Yeah.
School year. That's
Yeah.
when you start. So I see that as
yeah.
the year. So looking back at chapter 23, it's been a good year for me. And ending my family as well, it's been a good year.
That's good.
So like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? We're all like, like to be blessed to have no one in hospital, to no one be sick and everything.
Thank
I feel
God.
like it's a really big blessing. So
Yeah.
just that itself, it's been a good
Really
year.
good. Yeah.
It's
How about
been a
you?
good year.
Yeah, it's been good. Like, I've actually achieved so much when I think about it.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on
Yeah.
a journey. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I would say like I am, yeah. It's been like, I don't know, like the beginning of the year, I was like, oh, I feel like it's just going to be like a standard year. But then it happened to like change
It grew,
for
yeah.
like, for the good. So
Momentum, yeah.
it was quite good. Yeah, I graduated this year.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
You graduated this year.
Thank
Well,
God.
I had my
Yay.
graduation this
Yeah.
year.
Your graduation.
Graduated in 2021.
Yeah.
Finally had my ceremony, so
Yeah.
that was good.
Yeah.
And got a new job. Like,
Thank- ugh.
That's what I'm saying.
Flowing.
You started like
yeah.
the whole new chapter. I feel like you're on a new chapter now.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
I will say
You
yeah.
can start building from there. Yeah. I think with the graduation thing, like, that's always, of course, I'd say everyone in the past 3 years has kind of had their ceremonies kind of pushed back due to COVID and stuff. So like having the ceremony, it almost kind of closes that chapter, allows you to push on. Do you know
I
what
was
mean?
kind of over it though.
Okay.
Yeah, like when I got there, I was just like,
because
is
if you
this
graduated
it?
2 years ago and then it's
I was like, is this it?
yeah. I mean, I similarly had that sort of feeling where I feel like graduation for me, it was more so the reminder that you've done it, like it's done.
Yeah.
Like you never have to come back here again.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
how
yeah.
I kind of took graduation day. Less more so than like, oh my God, it's going to be this big, amazing day. It's going to be like this and this, which I think I had thought it would be leading up to it. And then when I was in it, it was more so this feeling
This
of
is it.
it's
Yeah.
it's done.
It's done, yeah.
You're
yeah.
walking
You can
away
push
from
on.
uni, you're done.
I wasn't actually even gonna go.
Really?
Oh,
A
my
lot of
mum,
people
my
don't
mum
go
and
to-
dad were like, "You went to school for
Yeah.
3
You
years,
got to.
and you're not even gonna
Exactly.
take picture."
You have
That
to.
thing is the picture.
It's a picture. You got to do it for them as well.
But I was just like, oh, you know what? I said I finished in 2021.
Yeah.
It's
2 years
2023.
later.
Like, no.
To be fair, it's true though, because with African parents, like that picture is important.
They just
to them.
want that picture.
That picture is important.
That's gonna be
That's
on, you
what
know
that
that's gonna be in the
picture-
hall.
WhatsApp
be up
DP, WhatsApp status.
Yeah.
That's their like,
But it's good though.
picture.
Like it's good that they're proud of us. You know what I mean? It's
As
good that
they
they want
should
that. Yeah.
As they should be. We suffered.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
it was hard. It was hard.
So it's
yeah.
good. It's good to have that
Yeah.
feeling of it's done.
It's done, yeah,
and you've
for
got
sure.
something. Like you've
Yeah.
got something on your name. Like
Now
Absolutely.
looking back at it,
do you know what I
like
mean?
it looked good.
Yeah.
It looked really good. I looked good.
Yeah, you did.
And the
I
picture's
enjoyed
always gonna be there forever.
Yeah.
The picture's always gonna be there forever. So yeah, it's good, man. Nah, yeah, I feel like it's been an interesting year. I think overall it has been a good year. I'm grateful personally anyways. But of course, there's always things that you want to build and push on and improve. But overall, I'm definitely I'm grateful still. But I wanted to get in Sylvia though. Obviously, as a business owner, a catering business, I wanted to kind of tackle how you kind of got into it in the first place, because obviously in like as Africans in the household, how it's kind of set up, like and the women do a lot of cooking in African households, right? So I wanted to know, how did it almost become a passion for you in the backdrop of that?
Okay, so it's quite funny because I'm one of 6.
Okay.
3 girls, 3 boys.
Okay.
And there's me who loves cooking. I'm the youngest. And then there's my sister who can't cook to save her life. She's the eldest. So it's I won't say that it came from, you're a woman, you're gonna have to like take care of a man and kids one day, learn how to cook. Like, I wouldn't say I got my love for cooking came from there. I think I'm also just enjoyed cooking. Like, even from young I enjoyed cooking. I did food tech. In school, like in secondary school, I would be making like chicken wraps just for like lunch, and then I'd bring it in, and then my friends were like, oh my god, you need to bring me one, I'll pay you £2. And I'd be like, you don't need to pay me. But they would still pay me. And then, and just like that. So that was just, I'm making lunch for us. It wasn't really a thing.
Yeah.
And then, so I would say that maybe there, you could maybe start to see the seeds being dropped of like maybe where I am now. But it wasn't a thing. Honestly, that was just me making lunch for me and my friends because it was something I like to do. And then at the same time, I've always kind of been an artistic person. I was doing art. I used to do art, and I was doing performing arts. So that's what I was doing through my A-levels. And I always wanted some sort of like art. I had an arty side to me, should I say. And that was kind of how I released my creative side.
Would you say your creations and the presentation of your food? Okay.
But then at the same time, I wanted to do it. I loved performing arts. I loved art, but my mum and dad were like, you need to do your sciences.
Yeah, they're like that.
So I was like, they were like, I remember sitting down for like, you know, when you have to choose your options.
Yeah.
And then, so the teacher was like, okay, so what are you planning to choose? My mum was like, biology, chemistry. Before I could even speak, she said, I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm going to do performing arts as well, please. So that was kind of my artistic side. And then, so ended up going to uni now, and I was cooking just to make, because at uni you have to cook. You have to cook. So that was kind of just my like fun little artistic thing that I was doing just for myself, just to make food for dinner. And obviously I'd be posting it, and then people would be like, oh, I want some, because you're surrounded by people who can't cook. You're surrounded by so many people that can't cook. And I'm just making dinner for myself, but there's people literally dying. Like, they're living off of takeaway every day because they can't cook. To me, it's just a second nature. I love going out to eat. I would try something when I go out to eat, try and redo it when I get home. That's just how I see cooking. It's very easy. Anyway, so I was doing that, and then people would be like, oh, I want some food, like, for dinner. Can I have some of your dinner too? I'll pay you money for it. I was like, you can just have the food. Like, I'm used to cooking in big amounts anyways, because I've got a big family. So you guys can eat. It's not, I'm not doing this for a business thing. If you want to eat, you can eat. But if you want to pay me,
sure. Used to come true, boy.
If you want to...
In uni, boy. Where did you look? South Court.
Everybody's got South Court.
They were coming down just to get some dinner or whatever, packaging it up, going
party pack, serious party pack.
But then, like, how did you manage the like finances of that? Because cooking a lot of food is expensive. How did you manage all of that? True,
but then that's what I'm saying. People were paying me at the same time. So I could make, let's say maybe lasagna. I would say if £10 you would spend on ingredients, probably was cheaper back then anyway. So it was easier. I spend that, but that's what I would be spending to make myself lasagna anyways. But then people are paying me £5 a piece for it, so the money was made back regardless. So either way, but I wasn't doing it for the money. I was doing it just because I like to cook and I like to feed people. It's just what I like to do. So I was doing that, and then people just kept getting on to me. Sylvia, you could make a business. And I'd turn them down. I'd be like, no, like, that's not me. I couldn't be a businesswoman. Like, I'm too silly for that. I couldn't do that. And then for months, people got onto me. I remember I would be cooking every day, and I would do maybe someone would come and have like some of my dinner, and then people would just be popping up like, I would actually pay you for your food. So I said, you know what, one day, fuck it, I remember the first dish I made, it was lasagna.
Yeah.
And I said £5 a container.
So fantastic bag.
And then people came and bought their food. I think one guy came and he took it back to all his boys. He came and bought 5 portions, demanded them, and they all had the food.
Yeah.
And then they wanted it again the next day. And then they wanted it again the next day. And obviously I'm someone as well, I don't believe in eating the same thing every day. Like, I fucking hate it. So I was doing different food too, which they liked. But they were having something different every day, or whenever I was cooking, they were having home cooked food because the guys weren't cooking for themselves. And it was something kind of, it was a cheaper, healthier alternative to having Pizza Hut or KFC every day, which they were getting tired
and
of.
home cooked food as well.
Yeah, just home cooked.
Home cooked food is nice. Like, it is nice no matter what.
Exactly. And it's a sense, especially when you're at uni, it's a sense of home. Like,
absolutely, yeah. Yeah, but then how did you balance that and uni work then? If you're cooking every day, like.
But that's what I'm saying. To people, it might be a bit hard because it's. I know why cooking is long. The whole setting up of it, the prep, the cleaning, the dishing it out, all of it.
And
like,
then
it is long.
After.
Yeah, it is long.
It's long.
But to me, it wasn't long.
Fair
I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah.
It was easy. It was
You
second
enjoy it.
nature.
No, I get what you mean.
I was just making dinner.
I get what you mean.
I was making dinner, but people were eating. And I was eating money too.
So I'm assuming from there it just snowballed and it's kept
so then it became a thing. It became weekly Saltastic bites. So
Every
that's what I was like. Every Wednesday, Fridays, or so Wednesdays were the days when there was no uni in it.
Yeah, so you would cook.
So that's the day I would cook.
She'll cook all day.
All day. I'll cook all day. And then that would be the day that people would come and get their food.
Yeah.
And that's how it would work. So it became like every week. And obviously I wasn't working during uni, so that was my extra income. That became my little job. And then it became, all right, cool. Not only did I want to do it, but there was a demand for it as well. If you get what I'm trying to say, there was a demand for the food. People wanted dinner. So they were hungry.
Yeah. So it was like, I admired your journey. She started off with like people just coming to pick it up, and then Sylvia expanded doing deliveries. Like, this babe, like,
that's actually wild when you think about it.
Yeah, like you started collection.
I started to do
and then people couldn't be asked to come because people used to live, where's that place? Greenstead. It's far.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then she started doing deliveries to Greenstead.
Because that's what I'm saying. When you put it like that, it's
the demand
true. The demand was going. The demand was going, and people were like, from out further and further were like, well, we need food.
Yeah.
And I was like,
and people getting lazy, like they weren't trying to come.
But I still gotta find a way to get the food. So I had to ask anyone who was driving around there, any of the guys, please help me, I've got a delivery, I've got to deliver it then. So I would do collection from a certain time. I'd be like, cool, let's do the collection, people out the way first, and then I got to go out and do the deliveries. And I'd be travelling from this spot, I'd be like, cool, I'm going to be on Maltings at this time, Keys at this time, this time, everybody come and collect during then. Which is crazy when you think about it, because that was a time.
Because I even came with you on deliveries once. So
deliveries was not easy, boy. Not easy. Because obviously, we knew Essex to a certain
extent, right?
But we'll be trying to find a house here, trying to find an apartment here.
Once you get to Greenstead as well, there's no street lights.
It's pitch black. Like Essex, you know them sides of Essex.
You don't even have people's numbers. You're calling people on Snapchat.
Oh god, that's thing.
I'm here, and then at the same time, you're trying to do multiple at the same time. So you got everyone,
and then you have the last minute orders as well.
Oh gosh,
people would stress me out. And do you know what it is? Everybody knows how it is when they're hungry and they just want their food.
Angry.
They get angry. And I'm just trying to deliver to everyone. I'm only one human. Yeah. But I'm literally trying to like, cool, you guys all got to come down now because the next person at the next location is calling down my phone saying, where's my food? Where's my food?
Yeah, she's got
and then it kind of upgraded. So then I was like, all right, cool, I need an easier way to manage this, and I put it on a website. Yeah. So I built a website so that people could order online so that it would be easier for me to be like, all right, cool. This is my numbers. And this is where I'm going. I can have my driver have their addresses already, and I can see the amount of food. I can package. It's easier than trying to keep up on all the different Snapchat messages because it was getting out of control. Yeah. So then I put it onto the website, and then I would just, then it started to get to a point where I'd post the menu in the morning, send out the link to everyone. I'm sending it to everyone on my Snapchat. I'm sending it to everyone. You know, we used to like, I'd spend like 20 minutes just sending it out to people because I'd be ticking every single person I have on my Snapchat, whether you're from Ends, whether you're from Essex.
You're getting that.
You're getting it. You're going to see that I'm cooking.
And you're going to repost it. You're going to repost
it. Because you don't even know. Because I would be having people that would repost it from Ends and they know someone in Essex. And the next thing you know, I've got another client just because they're seeing, you're seeing this person cook constantly. Let me try it. And there wasn't a lot of people in Essex doing it, should I say?
Yeah, of course.
It was easy for me to do it.
Yeah.
So, like, in your heyday in Essex, how many orders would you say like you did a week?
Oh, a week? I don't know.
I mean,
she did mainly the one day.
Yeah, because I was doing Wednesdays. Like basically one day.
Okay,
and
so
then that might be like, should I say 30 people?
Okay,
30 people each time. And if I'm pushing it, maybe do twice a week and then do 30. I remember there was one time.
You used to do events as well.
Yeah.
Silk Road.
So that would be. That was a time to be had. I would never do that again. But boy, that was the ghetto. But I was just. And I would look back at it and I'm like, wow, I'm so proud of myself for doing that because I just like, cool. So there'd be a party happening. Who does not want food after a party? Yeah. So I would go outside the party afterwards and be selling myself to sell to people to buy my food. Like,
nah, serious.
And it made sense though because in Colchester there was the high street attic is right opposite McDonald's. McDonald's is closed. So you got Sylvia coming with the Krispy Kreme burgers and everybody is like, let me get that, let me get that.
The chicken wraps, which are the burritos. I remember I was doing that. They all loved it. So
and when it was gone, it was gone.
It was gone. It was gone, and people were like, fuck, where did you get that from? But that was hard. It wasn't easy trying to pitch to random strangers like, do you want to buy my food? Like standing there with my card holder, tear tap or taking cash. Like it was hard with my little like food delivery bag. That was some real grinding. That was hard, but I'm proud of myself that I did that because it helped add to me to have that fearlessness of pushing myself, and it also got me more out there because I was meeting different people 100%. On that night that would then buy my food and then buy it on the day I was selling. That's
so true. How did you deal with like, you know, when the demand is getting intense? Did you ever start to like raise prices and stuff? How did you deal with that side of things to make it really profitable?
Prices always had to increase regardless because
things were getting expensive.
Was increasing. So like even now, if you go to buy a pack, I remember you used to get cheese 2 for £3.
Yeah. Now 2 for £5.
Do you go? Or even if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Boy, 2 for £5 for cheese.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. So things were starting to get more and more expensive, but at the same time, people were still hungry. So. And regardless, if I'm charging you £7 a container, which had increased, so I was going from £5 a container, shall I say where I started, to between £9 to £7, £7 to £9, £7 to £9.
Yeah.
But things were getting more expensive. I was using more expensive ingredients, and I had improved. I was no longer the same person who had started.
Yeah. So you've gotten better
a year ago. Who was doing it for the fun of it. I knew my price had to go up because I was a better chef, and So the food went from £5 to £7 to £9 roughly. But I was also doing different options. So there was a small and there was a large.
Okay.
And things like so I had to that way I would do it to increase the price, and man them always want large.
But do you know what I liked about you though? Back then, Sylvia was so good. Yeah, she would save herself a container, and if she got that last minute order, she'll just give it to them.
Sell it. It's for me.
She wouldn't eat. She'll just give it to them.
I wouldn't eat because it would be, to me, it made more sense. Why am I keeping? Might sound silly and something. Why am I keeping food for myself, which is gonna give me like £10? I can use that £10, spend like £2 tomorrow to get myself something to eat. And by the end of the day, I didn't really want to eat.
Yeah, you weren't really eating.
Everybody knows by the time you're done cooking, you're full anyways, because you don't really want to eat. Like your energy's gone. And I could eat I could have the one lamb chop that I'm not eating. So that would be, it's like,
I've noticed that.
And at the end of the day, if a client's really, really hungry, if I give them my last meal, they will come back tomorrow.
They'll come back,
So it makes
the mindset
every
of
entrepreneur. Every reason to sell it would be to sell it. There would be no reason to keep it.
So when would you say like you kind of really started thinking as like a business woman, like you know, when the mindset of business and profit, when would you say like you really got into that, okay, I want to make this bang and make bread off this, like when would you say the shift happened?
You look like you have something to say.
No.
Or did it just happen over time?
I want to say, do you know what it is? What would I say? When was the shift?
I think when you moved to Quayside.
Yeah.
So
because it was less like I'm just I had my own kitchen.
Yeah.
It was less like I'm just doing this out of Uniacom. I'm doing this now in my actual flat, should I say?
Yeah.
I put it on the website now. I'm trying to make it more
official,
more businessy. I'm trying to make it seem more official. Like this is serious. This is less than just I've got dinner left over. This is a bit more of like, take me a bit more serious. I'm on a website now. Follow me. You gotta order through there. You can't order through me anymore. I'm cutting out that
do you know what I mean? Thinking familiarity.
I'm making it a bit more serious. So I feel like that's when it kind of started to be more. And then obviously I was catering for, so like maybe there would be an event happening, they would ask me to come and cater. So I then also had to present myself as a businesswoman because I was doing business negotiations. I was getting charged. They were trying to charge me a price. I'm trying to say, well, no, I deserve this price or blah, blah, blah. So there was a shift with not only within me, myself, but also how people were seeing me because I was then also being addressed as the one that cooks. She runs the food business. So I then also had to say, all right, cool. If you're now seeing me as that girl, that woman who's running a food business, I need to present myself as the woman that runs a food business. And I always kept saying, how do I want it to be perceived? How do I want people to take in my business, experience me? So I had to change because I was it was no longer like I was just a general uni student. I had a business. I was a businesswoman.
There's a bottom line to be made there.
It sounds weird,
but
looking,
nice.
But that, because at the time that's probably not how I saw it, but that was the reality of it. Looking back, I can see it.
Yeah. In your in the, like, you know, as you mentioned earlier, as it was something that it paid you well on the side, like in like the heyday, how much would you say you able to make like on a weekly basis or even like a monthly basis?
Yeah, what was a good week?
Yeah,
making like 200.
Serious.
Like in a day.
That's
which was
a day's work.
It's not even a day. It's like a couple hours.
Yeah, it was a couple hours realistically. And to me, like I said, it was fun. I'm listening to music. I'm having a glass of wine if I'm feeling cheeky. I was having the time of my life doing what it would only get stressful when it was like, cool, time to deal with the clients. But the cooking part of it, that was smooth sailing. So, it was just...
200, a few hours work. 200 quid
so then when I'm now making £200 a week, just for something that I'm doing for fun, I was like,
extra a month.
And at the time, not even at the time, because that would be great to get £200 now in a day. That's quite a lot of money. That's more than a normal day's job is going to do. And you're getting it cash in hand. So
no tax.
In your comfort of your home as well.
In the comfort of my home. I was working from home. Working from home was a thing.
No, legit.
I was working from home before working from home was a thing. So it was like, shit, you got to be serious because you can make money from
You can make
this
money from this.
realistically.
Absolutely, yeah.
And the more my prices was going up, the more money I was making. It was like,
Yeah,
get on your
yeah.
Get
I
on your
went-
Zoom
yeah.
and your Teams.
Yeah. I wanted to ask, how did it impact like dating? Because because I know Nick I know
That was a question.
I know niggas, yeah, and how we're like if
I
a
just
woman
looked
cooks,
straight at the camera.
if a woman cooks, it's like a bonus, free food,
Side eye.
kiniko.
Side
So
eye.
how was that?
Kiniko.
for you?
Till this day.
How did you
My
balance
love
that?
life. Anyways, but boy, it is.
How did it impact that? Like dating?
It impacts it heavily. Okay, being a chef and trying to have a love life is crazy because literally guys will come to me thinking I'm the woman they want. Oh, she cooks. She can cook for me. And I'm like, well, I ain't cooking for free. I
And then
know
they
I
get the
love to
shock of their life.
do you know what I mean?
Hey.
And they think, oh, do you know what I mean? After I'll more I speak to her, she'll cook.
You're gonna
have
try
to
that
pay.
way, try the back way.
I'm thinking, no, you got like this is now at that point it was becoming more and more serious. So I'm like, if you want to actually try my food, you're gonna have to pay me.
Hey.
Guys,
But
guys
it's true
learn
though.
that the
As a
hard way.
man, if you're actually serious about me, you should actually say, let me
Yeah, you want to invest.
let me
in
just
that.
pay
That's true.
£7. Let me try it.
That's true.
Exactly, and then
Like-
if
That's
you're
true.
lucky enough, maybe one day you will wake up to breakfast in bed, but none of them ever were.
Okay. No, I
But
feel
guys,
you.
because no, it's hard. It's hard. Guys coming to me, I don't know how to describe it. Wanting me for something I do. Should I say, for
Okay.
example?
Yeah.
Not wanting me for
They saw it
me.
as she cooks,
She
freebies.
cooks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like win-win. She's the type of girl I want because
She cooks.
she
She can
cooks.
cook.
Because she cooks. But for me, it's more so. There's so much more to me than just that I cook. Cooking
Yeah.
is unless you understand my love for cooking, not because you want me to cook for you, but you'd have to understand me as a person and understand my love for cooking, and then maybe it could possibly
Okay,
get
in the
somewhere.
future,
But
yeah.
not you coming to me thinking I'm gonna cook for you because I cook.
Yeah.
Did you feel
yeah.
And
like
that was
they
the
demanding
issue.
it? Like,
Well,
was
they could
demanding
try
it?
to, but it wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
You said,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
be serious.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to pay. You will order on the website,
Like
everybody
everyone
else.
and you will have to. And I remember guys trying to think, oh come on, man, Sylvia, like,
Yeah, it's
let
me.
let me just. I'm thinking, who are you? You are just as regular as all my other clients right now. Like
Yeah.
until you show me something
You show more, right? Yeah.
then you're gonna be
Be on the
treated just the
surface.
same way.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no.
but then-
In general, should I say as I've improved as a chef?
Yeah.
I would say the dating side of it is hard. Not only just because I'm a chef, but because I'm a businesswoman. I think a lot of guys, without them saying it, are intimidated by what I do. By the fact that I'm quite hard. What's that word?
Independent.
I'm very independent.
Yeah.
I'm unapologetically independent.
Okay.
And so it's like I am the way that I am, and you have to kind of fit into my kind of schedule.
Okay.
Which I guess guys don't really like. They want a woman to be a bit more
I guess-
flexible, a bit more
Yeah.
softer.
I guess a balance needs to be found, right?
Yeah,
I
a
guess,
balance
yeah.
does need to be found. But until you're adding to me, until you're helping me, why are you in my life?
Right.
Because I'm so busy, it's hard. I've got to constantly be active with my socials, my clients, running the business, just doing that, and then right now as well, I'm doing a job as well.
Yeah.
Or doing uni as well, which isn't easy. So it's hard trying to be a businesswoman and
yeah,
have a man who is equally mentally as where I am,
Yeah.
and us aligned.
What made you almost come up with that offering?
Yeah.
As a private chef.
Yeah, so I thought, let me bring this to you guys. I want to have that intimate experience of connecting with my clients and cooking for them at the same time. That's
Yeah.
what I want to do. That's like I would always say that would be the dream of having this business. People used to always say to me, do you want to own a restaurant? And I'd always say no. Like, I feel like when you own a restaurant, you lose that personal connection that you have with a client. So for me, it was like, how can I do this? I'll be a private chef.
Yeah.
Like that's the win-win of it all. I get to talk to them. I get to understand how they've been together or how they've ended up together. Why they've even decided to book. Like I get to have that connection with them.
Yeah.
Learn from my clients. Them learn from me and cook for them. And that's what I really, really wanted to do. So I said, let me do it. And I just started, and people started to book. And because it was a nice idea. It was something different, having a private chef in your home. Like,
it was intimate.
It was intimate. It was a win-win. It was a win for them. It was a win for me. And so then it just started. And then like I said, I love going out to eat. So I would be noticing, all right, cool, this is how the table's laid out. This is the type of plates they're using. This is how they're presenting their food. How can I then redo this for my clients in their own comfort of their home or the AP they've booked? Yeah. Like I want to make sure they're having the best kind of experience that I can do. So I would spend hours looking for plates, hours looking for glasses. Where can I get this type of cutlery? How much cutlery should I even do? Should I do the standard 4? Should I do 6, 7? Yeah. And then I would just be doing all this just for my own benefit, but so that my clients can get the best experience they can as well. Yeah. And then then it kind of just it just grew. I got better the more I was doing it. I still get stupid anxiety whenever I have a booking. I'm like, I want to make sure it's so perfect.
So,
I want them to be. If someone was to book me a private chef, I think that would be the most amazing thing ever. Like for someone to think, like if I was in a relationship, for example, or if I was even with my girls, like someone to come cook for us, and we just get to have that fun experience in the comfort of our own home or whatever. Like it's nice. It's that sense of luxury. It's something different. I was like, this is what I want to do.
Would you say that the private dining allowed you to just make a lot more from your business overall?
And I've stopped the selling. Okay. I don't do it anymore, and which is sad because I do get clients that are like, no. Because it was stressful. It was hard. It was hard doing the waking up in the morning, getting the ingredients, cooking for so many people,
deciding the menu,
the uncertainty that people will buy it, because there was days when I could think, all right, cool, I'm gonna sell to 30 people, maybe I only sell to 10. Not maybe because of me, but maybe because of other things that were going on. Maybe someone's decided to cook for themselves today, or decided to, but I've spent enough money to cook for 30. So then there was always an uncertainty. Obviously the website kind of made it easier, but it was hard. It was constantly having to promote myself every day. If I wasn't posting, I was not going to be getting clients because I had to keep selling myself, and that was really draining. That was quite hard. It was the days, and I would say 9 out of 10 I would sell out, but that one day when you don't sell out, it's disheartening. It's disheartening. And then and not only that, it's still constantly having to sell myself, and I just hated it. I hated it. So
you'd rather just have I know
with the private bookings, it's more so like, cool, still have to promote myself as you do with a business, but it's guaranteed. Like they put down £100 deposit, and I know, right, cool, I'm making this amount of money. I already know, and
even if they pull out,
I've still got the deposit, and I've only got to cook for 2 people, which or is like a smaller group, which is light work. Do you know what I mean? That's 100%. Like me cooking for myself again, and so I love it. I love the private bookings. It's stressful, don't get me wrong, but I love it. I love
the celebrity ones.
So
let's fall into that. Do you find it a bit more? Do you find that you kind of have more pressure when as a celebrity? Like how does that impact you?
And do you know what it is with celebrities as well? They're so bloody last minute. Oh
schedules,
my
innit?
God, it's ridiculous.
I remember seeing your snap. You finished work and you said, I've only got 2 hours to cook or something.
Yeah, so the last one, the Damson Idris, I had less than 24 hours to cater for 20 people. And that was stress like crazy. I remember getting the call. My brother was calling me. you need to cook for Damson tomorrow. And I'm thinking, and I'm in the middle of a 13-hour shift, which is what I do.
Okay.
And then I'm thinking, how am I going to do that when I've got work tomorrow? I'm at work right now, and I've got to come up with a menu. I've got to do all of this, and I've got to be the very best. Like, this is my opportunity. Because the issue with these celebrity bookings is the pressure is you can't fuck up.
Yeah.
You can't do anything wrong, because this could be the one that helps you do another booking. This could be your make or break it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
100%.
So that's what's scary. That's what's hard. And the pressure is there. I remember every time I'm just like, I'm like texting my friends, like, I don't know if I can do it. And I'd be like, you're fine. Like, I remember the recent one, I had a corporate booking, and I was really, really stressed out about it. Thank you.
That looks really good.
Where was that? Like in terms of what type of occasion was it?
So it was for Black History Month.
Okay.
Yeah, so they needed a caterer, and the person reached out to me because he's seen my food. He's went to uni with him, actually.
Okay, that makes sense, yeah.
And he's seen me grow, and he was like, he was helping to organise it, and he was like, he would love for me to be one of the caterers on one of the days. I was like,
that's great.
Okay, yeah, sure. But anyway, I'll talk about that after.
Yeah.
But the celebrity bookings, the pressure's there.
Yeah.
The pressure's there. You can't mess up.
Yeah,
you
because you know that if they're
like,
seeing the air.
Yeah. You don't want to mess up for I mean, I don't. Either way, I still get my anxiety, even when it's a £400 booking or a 3K booking. I don't want to mess up, because it's people's money at the end of the day. I don't want it. My client that's from Ends, or my client that's a celebrity, they still mean just as much to me,
want good food,
because
right?
I want to. That's even that one client can still go and speak to 20 people. That celebrity might not.
Yeah.
He might book me again and pay me a good amount, but it's either way. It's just as important. But the pressure's just really there.
Yeah.
Because it's just so last minute, and it's so much like you gotta perform. And I'm not only whoever's like connected me to them as well, or I've got to present myself. I've got to present them. I've got to present that. Black businesses
are serious.
Can be serious. Black females, we can present ourselves correctly, because
you can be reliable. You can be
reliable. You can book us. You can. Let's let go of this stigma that
no hey babes in the morning. No hey babes.
Do you know what I mean? Like let's move from this stigma that black women can't run businesses properly, or blah blah. Because there is that stigma. There is that stigma that black women aren't serious, or you can't, unprofessional. That stigma is there.
Lack social skills.
Yeah, lack social skills. They're rude. They're this. They're that. So for me, making sure that I'm perceived in a good light, that you see me as someone she's lovely. She spoke really well. She was very like catering to her clients. It's important, because not only am I presenting myself, I am also still presenting black women.
It's true.
Because if I was rude, if I was like this and that,
just fit the typical stereotype.
I would fit this stereotype, and I would be this. Next thing you know, this is why I can't book black women.
You see yourself on TikTok.
It's real. It happens. And every day you see, like, have we seen? Sometimes I do see people getting started, and they'll be like, someone will come. This is why I can't book black people, because they're like this and this and this. And I'm thinking, it's sad that you've had one bad experience and you're now saying that we're all like this, because we aren't all like that.
Yeah.
So every time I do have a booking, I have to present myself, not only for me, but
also for the wider,
for the wider thing, not the community. Do you know what I mean? So
that's quite interesting. That obviously, because that, I guess you have that bit of pressure as well. How was it? So like, you know, when you go into these celebrity bookings, how is it in terms of like the setting or even speaking to them? How do you manage all that as well?
So you're also trying to not have a like fangirl moment.
Yeah.
I remember the first one I ever did was for John Boyega, and I remember like the anxiety was there. This was obviously my first celebrity booking, and I was actually having this conversation with someone before, because I was like, within the black community, I feel like nowadays you're seeing more and more people starting to have businesses.
Yeah.
But the sad bit is we don't have so many role models, should I say. Like, that was my first ever celebrity booking, and I'm thinking, oh my God, like I wish I knew
you had somebody to talk to.
I had somebody to talk to, or somebody that had been through this before and had exactly had this, or that it would be more accessible for me to even do this. So I'm thinking
It's quite interesting. Though.
It's scary. Like it's I don't know. Am I qualified for this? But how would I be qualified for it until I do it?
Yeah.
So now it's like,
That's
all right,
so true,
cool.
You need to make yourself qualified.
You're not
I
qualified
have
till
to-
you do it. And now you're qualified.
Now I'm qualified because
Yeah.
I've done it.
Exactly.
But before it, I'm thinking,
Didn't he come
how
back?
can I? Yeah, he puts me
Exactly.
again.
Serious.
And he put me again for him and the cast of Woman King, because Woman King had come out and he wanted to do like a nice barbecue for
I've
them.
watched that film. That's a great film.
Yeah,
that
it was
is.
amazing
Yeah,
film.
yeah. That's a
I
great
remember
film.
when I got the call for it and they were like, they want you again, and I was like,
Amazing.
amazing.
What sort of
Anything
food did you
bigger.
make for them? What sort of food
So with these clients, so I wouldn't even. So people would say, "What's your cuisine?" And I would say, "I do all
Everything.
cuisines. I do
Yeah.
everything." And if you see my food, you will see that people do say, like, my friends say she can cook anything, because that's. I don't want to limit myself to just say I just do Afro Caribbean food, but that's usually what they want, because that's why they reached out to a black chef to do it.
Yeah.
But that's usually the type of food they do that they require. So yeah, that's usually Afro-Caribbean food, just my general food. But it's barbecue, so it's always been a barbecue or something like a banquet of food, which is nice. But yeah, no, I try to tell myself, don't have like a fangirl moment. They look better in real life as well, which is even worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're just like, the more I've done it as well, the more you realise they are celebrity, but they're human.
Yeah, people
and they literally like, they'll be
Normal
like,
people.
"Hi, I'm John." And I'll be like, "Hi, I'm Sylvia. Nice to meet you."
Yeah.
And then they'll give me a hug straight away, and then
babe.
I feel a bit
You
more
just
like,
settled into the
I
environment.
feel a
Yeah.
bit more at ease. But at the same time, I'm thinking, like, they're paying you a couple thousands. You better make sure everything
It's
comes
worth-
out.
Yeah.
It's
It's
worth
worth
it,
the
like,
fee.
because the worst thing you want is that they've paid you this amount of money and they're thinking, "Oh, she wasn't even worth it." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I try to keep myself as professional as I can. I come dressed as a chef. I'm doing a service. That's what I keep saying. I'm doing a service. So I've got to cater to their need. That's what I'm doing. I'm a catering business. So if they need something, I get it done.
Yeah.
Like, I'm working.
Yeah.
Just same way when you go into work, you got to do your job. That's just how I see it.
Yeah.
It's just a bit,
No questions asked, just get it done.
get the job done.
Yeah.
Get the job done.
How do you manage, like, because I'm assuming you don't do it all by yourself, right? Have you got people that you work with or help out?
So
private bookings
yeah,
and stuff?
so the first one, my friends and family are just incredibly supportive. I don't think without them I would have been able to grow as much as I have grown. And so I'm very, very, very blessed. I can call up my friend, "Oh my God, I've got a booking tomorrow and I need someone to help me because it's gonna be a lot." So my best friend, she came and she helped me, and she wouldn't really do the cooking, but she'd help me bring this to there. So I'd be like, "All right, cool, I need the meat here, or I need this there, or make sure that's covered," or the little extra things that I would be doing usually that I do by myself anyways. You just help me do it just to make it kind of run a bit smoother.
Yeah.
Or for example, so right now, obviously I'm in a full-time job as well. So what I would do, I might say to my mum or my sister, "Please help me get the I need these ingredients. I need them to be at home for when I get home, so that I can start my prep in the night as soon as I get back from work." So that's how they will help me. Or
That's helpful, yeah.
because that's food shopping.
And by the time you finish work, everywhere's closed.
Yeah, I get home at 12 o'clock. It's late. So food shopping takes up time. Like for me, I go to different shops. I get different things. I source things differently. So that can take me 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
Especially because I don't drive as well. So by them helping drive me to here, to there, to here. Because that Damson one, that one was ridiculous. Because it was so last minute. It was within 24 hours. I mean, it was amazing, yeah, but it was within 24 hours. I had to, and it was summer as well. It was really, really hot. And I had to get vegan food, vegetarian food, this food. And so I'm going from this shop to that shop to this shop to that shop to then come back home. So my sister really helped me traveling from this place to that place, or you run to here while I run to here, so that we can just cut our time, because I've not got enough time to go from A, B, C, D. So
I'm assuming the prep is quite expensive also.
Yeah.
All that adds up. I guess part of the booking cost.
Yeah, it adds
part
up.
what you charge for, innit?
It's part of what I charge for.
So.
It means if I'm staying up to 3 a.m.
That's
to
part
do you're gonna see that reflected in the price, because it's tiring. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's,
Have you ever
especially if I'm working.
Have you ever had any backlash on your prices?
Yeah.
Really?
How do you handle that?
Really?
When they say they can't afford me.
What?
Yeah.
How
I'd be like, well, so before, I would
Damn.
I would have some clients where they will try to.
But do you feel like that's with people that are over familiar though?
Not even, because it could just be a client.
Yeah.
They could be a bit over familiar, and they definitely, people I know would probably try and bring down the price. And maybe I'll bring down the price because I do know you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's a certain amount. I'm like, all right, cool. If I spent 100, I need at least 200 back because I want to. Like, I need 300 in total. Do you know what I mean? I need that 100 back, but I'm putting in. What am I putting in? I need double back.
That time, the effort. Okay.
I need double back because.
The time, the effort, the labour.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
100%.
So, so now I'm probably a bit more strict, and people are less questioning to my prices because they see, even if they're not booking me, someone else will. So either way, my price is worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or even
it'll
if
fit somebody
it's gonna
else.
fit someone.
Yeah.
The clientele will come, which I've come to learn. Even
it'll
when
fit
I go through my
somebody
quiet phases, I'm like, either tomorrow you could wake up and have a celebrity booking. So
And that covers,
do you know what I mean? And that will cover me.
Yeah.
Literally, I can make what I do in my day job, make it in a month. I can make it in a day. So it gives you that wider scope to think, all right, cool. Even if it's not you, there's someone else.
Somebody else,
There's someone
100%.
else.
No.
But at the same time, you don't want to lose a client because every client is worth it. So if it's like, all right, cool, I can say to them, if your budget is this, we can take off one of the options. If you say you want six different food options, let's cut down to 4 and I can fit within your price. And you can get the food. It'll still be enough food, but at least it's not me doing
More
6
work.
different dishes for
And,
less amount of money.
more
It doesn't
money,
make sense.
You gotta make it make sense, yeah.
So I make it, so I cut down in that
Cut
kind
down.
of way.
That makes sense.
Or I say less proportions, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's how I kind of find a way to tackle those that want to pay less. But
Yeah.
by the end of the day, I always try to make sure my client gets what they want.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the
yeah.
best. Do you know what I mean?
No, it's great hearing about that journey, to be honest. Like all the way from uni, all the way from all the way up until now and now like with celebrity bookings, it's great hearing that journey.
Yeah.
I didn't want to move on to hot topics lineup though.
Okay.
There's a segment we'll just run through any like hot topics that are flying about right now.
Okay.
Of course, there was a recent viral video going around on social media about the guy who jumped over the train tracks.
I didn't see that.
Is it-
But
Men are
I'm not
mad.
on socials. So
Men
I'm
are
really, really
mad.
bad.
Men
What?
are mad.
What happened?
Men are mad.
What happened?
Go on.
There was a girl. I think she was at a station waiting for her train,
Yeah.
and there was a guy on the other side of the platform. So I was trying to move her.
Oh,
Homie
yeah.
jumped in the track
Yeah.
to the other side to where she was, and she was saying, "I'm not interested." And he was being very like what's the word?
Aggressive,
yeah, like
very,
quite
like,
aggressive towards her,
intimidating.
and
God.
everybody was just looking at her. Nobody actually helped her. Yeah.
Yeah, it's imposing. And you know what people were saying, and it's so interesting, people were saying that if he can do this on camera,
Imagine what he would have done
Like-
off camera.
Yeah.
like, not in
That
public.
is crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just
Scary.
like, yeah.
Men
I don't-
can't
But these
handle
people
rejection.
do exist.
Yeah.
These people do exist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
men can't handle rejection.
Yeah, and we saw it, with the Peckham situation as well. Of course, that's a lot younger, but there's definitely like a problem with men, like with being able to handle being rejected. Like
Yeah,
that's
hearing no. Like some men, when you say no, like they feel like something's doing them. Like it's like
How dare you
just
say
started
no?
like one big problem.
But in general,
As if you don't have choice.
in general, I think nobody likes to hear no. Nobody likes
Keep it-
rejection.
keep
but
it
the way
simple.
that they react,
It's about how you
I think-
react.
and I think
It's
what
about how
it's
you
about
respond.
as well is kind of sad. Like it's just like if it's over like a number or a date or something, it's just like
Boy.
yeah.
there's so much more.
That's
in
why,
life.
as a
is getting
woman,
worrying.
you have to like. I don't know if you do this, but I happen to do this quite a lot. Like if I'm in a situation where I'm walking to my car or I'm walking like somewhere it's in the evening and somebody approaches me, I just give them my number out of fear.
Yeah,
I
because
don't-
sometimes it's
I just give
easier I think every woman, it's easier to give it than to go through the back and forth of why am I not giving you my number?
I just give it. You call me, I let it ring, I either see the number. As soon as I go or get to wherever I need to be blocked.
It makes
Simple.
sense.
Like, it's easier.
It makes sense, yeah.
Which is sad.
Yeah.
It's sad that has to happen, and like...
So sad.
So
sad.
And like...
Like, who's raising these boys?
And like, what I don't get though also is like... I don't know. I think it's like a mindset thing, because as me personally, like being told no by like a woman, it would make me feel like, oh my gosh, cool. Like I'm getting out of the situation because I don't want to.
You feel embarrassed.
I don't make you feel. Yeah. Like, I'm almost like embarrassed.
We have shame.
I've got shame.
Nobody has shame.
Exactly. Like
nobody has shame.
As in, like if I approach a woman and she said no, I just want to get out of there. It's like,
okay, have a nice night.
Have a nice night, amazing.
No, but some men, they didn't know.
Some men have no, and it's like, you want to keep protruding.
They want to be. They actually want to be.
They want to like, you better take it. That no better turn to a yes now.
Did you see that girl? There was one babe at a bus stop. And she was like, oh, sorry, I'm not interested. Very polite girl. The guy's like, do you know who I am? Wait, I was like, what? Do you know who I am? Do you know what they know me here for? I'm crazy. I've got a knife on me.
You being serious?
Like, talking.
That's just that.
I was like, what?
Yeah. Do you think it's the upbringing, or do you think it's social media? Like,
it's entitledness.
Yeah,
they feel entitled.
Yeah, they definitely feel entitled.
You feel entitled
because you feel like you deserve a yes.
You don't
Why
deserve
do you
me.
deserve a yes? Like, it's a random stranger.
Bro, you've come up to me. Your tracksuit's dirty. What do you like? Do you want me? I'm not gonna take you seriously. I'm even looking at you up and down. Like, what is this? What is the actual meaning?
And you're just you're random. Like, there's nothing about you.
Even telling people you have a boyfriend doesn't even work.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
They'll say, F your man. Who's your man? What? Where's your man right now?
You can even say you're gay. I'll turn you
even
straight.
If you say I'm lesbian, I've said everything. It doesn't work.
Nah, yeah.
It just doesn't work.
It's worrying still. And as we've seen, it can cause like a loss of life. Like people are like,
that girl died.
What girl died?
Oh no! The girl, the school girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
the school girl. She died.
Yeah,
or was it the best friend was trying to?
Either way,
and I was
just
just
like
because of an action of a man that couldn't handle rejection. You men.
It's not.
If I need to talk to somebody today, if you're listening to this and you can't hear the word no, learn to accept the word no.
The man that really needs to like no, like just no.
It's not that deep.
No.
Like,
if you're really pressed, you can say, why? Like, is there something wrong with my?
Is there something wrong with my approach? Shame.
Just walk away.
Shame.
Even if you're that curious.
If you've told me no,
I've got shame to go. Okay, cool. Like,
let me walk away.
Like, amazing speaking to you and just move on.
Have a nice night.
Let it be their loss. Supposedly. Let it be my loss if I've said no to you.
Some people just don't fear God. They don't fear God.
Do you know what I mean? To react, I think it's just nasty.
Reacting like such a bad way.
That itself, your reaction is making me want you less.
And men, and do you know what it is? Yeah, another thing that men don't realize. You're saying, if I say to you, for example, like, I'm a lesbian or I have a man, and you'll say F my man. Okay, so you're saying F my man, I'll leave my man for you, and then another guy will come and do the same thing. Do you think? Do you know what I mean? Literally. Do you actually think?
I too will leave you.
Do you actually really think, like, before you open that your mouth and yapper, do you think? Did you actually deep what you just said? Like, did you think about it? So
literally,
you want me to carry my leg to you? Okay, if I can easily leave my man like that, what do you think I could do to you?
Exactly.
Fool.
It's true.
Men are serious.
I've never understood it honestly.
Men are serious.
In Malta still, it is weird. So we were talking about something I think a few weeks ago now about car etiquette, and about how
car etiquette.
So we're gonna get into it.
Yes.
So we're talking about how if you're like taking your girl to a motive or you're getting your girl to car for a motive and so on and so forth, what's the rules or the unwritten rules about paying for petrol?
I offer pet.
How do you get through with that?
I offer petrol. Even if you say no, I give you the option to say no. I'll always offer pet.
Yeah.
I always offer pet.
I think as well, more so like probably when I start driving, it would be even something I'm probably even more conscious of. As someone who's a passenger babe, I would put my hands up high and say I don't think I've always offered petrol.
I think it depends on the relationship, right?
Yeah,
if it's someone that,
but it's like because it's kind of like. Alright, cool, they're giving me a lift home, but I'd probably do something for them.
Yeah,
in another way.
You give back.
You have that rapport.
But like, let's say we're driving somewhere far. I'm gonna offer because you're now taking the L of driving, which obviously, do you know what I mean? Not really. That means you're having to drive to Northwest London or whatever. But we knew that was gonna cost us a £50 cab or whatever, how much cab. So giving you 15 towards the petrol's kind of a win-win.
Like, it's just,
exactly.
And on top of it, I'm dropping you to your front door.
Exactly.
Like, I'm dropping you home.
If you were to take TFL, you have to go to the
You have
station.
to walk to the station, get the train, then look for
Exactly.
cab or bus to get home, and then you even
So-
have to walk crawl to your doorstep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
it's just a nice. It's a
nice gesture.
It's a nice gesture
Yeah.
to do. A standard gesture, really.
I don't always take it though when it's offered.
Yeah, I say no. They sometimes
I'll
they're
take
like,
it,
no,
boy.
it's alright. But sometimes they take it, and you shouldn't have shame to take it either because it's gonna cost you money.
Personally,
realistically,
I think it just depends for me. Like, if
depends how I'm feeling sometimes as well.
yeah, more time I say no. The reason why I say no is just the setup. So when I'm going out with some of my friends, I have friends that are in like a close proximity to me. So it's like we're all local anyway. So I don't really feel it, and we're all going to the same place, and we're all coming back roughly to the same area. But then if it's like somebody that I have to like go out of my way,
You have to, do you know what I mean?
I feel like just think, okay, I know Simi. I know Simi's not really gonna take it anyway, but there's no harm in offering.
yeah, exactly.
Like, and obviously don't rely, because there's times where I will take it. I'll be real, but there's
As you
times
should.
where. But majority of the
Petrol's
time,
gone up.
no, majority of the time,
I don't understand
no.
those numbers, but I
Petrol's-
see them
petrol's gone
increasing.
up.
Yeah,
Oh, it's gone up.
It's
I
gone
paid.
up.
What did I pay today? Like £45 for a full tank.
Which
Like,
is
it's gone
crazy.
up.
And then sometimes you do
Yeah, I
that
put
like
40
every
today.
week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gone up, and it's like sometimes that full tank that you have the intentions of lasting you for the month doesn't
It's
last
gone
you for the
quicker
month
because you're doing now.
You're
the
doing
more
X, Y, and Z,
things.
yeah.
And then
on the
somebody's hitting
weekend.
you up. Oh, come to this motive with me. Yeah, you come, and then
Yeah.
hey, he's gone.
Them ones, even though like sometimes how they might shout you, I don't want you to drive. Oh, what you
Because
driving?
yeah,
Yeah. What you driving? Them ones.
mate. You know what I learned from one of my friends? He said that what he does to avoid all of that, he just comes by himself and goes by himself.
Yeah.
So it's like if I come by so I don't tell people how I'm getting there. So if I drive, I drive.
Yeah,
I
okay.
don't.
If I don't, I don't.
Don't involve me in your plan, basically.
Basically,
Yeah.
he makes it seem like I'm not reliable, so don't rely on me to drive.
Which is a good way to do it.
Or I have another friend that even said, like, she said that how it got to a point where people only used to shout her to come to motors because she drives.
Yeah.
So then it would be a thing where she used to just say, oh, like, I'm doing something, I'll just meet you there. So it's not like she has to pick them up and drop them home. If she's dropping them home, she's dropping them home.
Yeah.
It's whatever. But then doing the pick up and the drop off, like,
a
it's
lot.
not something she wanted to do.
It's a lot, yeah.
I don't know. Personally, just offer. There's no harm in offering.
Yeah. Especially if you
Also-
know you were gonna take cab, like why?
Yeah,
Yeah.
also, like,
how else would you get there, right?
yeah. And if I fumbled you as well, like on the day and said, oh, I can't come, how else are you gonna make that journey now?
Exactly.
You're gonna have to pay to go where you're going. So
Exactly.
just offer. Your friends that drive, they'll appreciate it. They more time, we don't even take it. Some people take it, some people don't.
Yeah.
More time, like, don't take
The
it.
gesture is worth more
It's
than the money
nice.
itself.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, 100%.
It's nice.
I think with me personally, so whenever I get my boys' cars, I'll offer.
Yeah.
Unless we have a relationship where
You have like a
I drive
arrangement.
you and it's cool, and
Yeah.
you take me, it's cool. Like, but if it's like, for example, if we're going to an event and I'm driving in, and the 4 or 5 of us, like, everyone's putting something in because
And what
this is
people-
like a set event.
Yeah.
Where they're just like doing things around town, hop in. Do you know what I mean? It's normal. So I think it depends, innit?
What people don't get as well when you're driving, I'm now responsible for all of you in the car. Meaning, when we get there, I don't drink.
Yeah.
I make sure everybody gets home safe, and I have to make sure I get home safe.
Yeah.
And that's what
Kinda
a lot
like
of people.
It's kind of like a bit of like a what?
Yeah, like some people don't always
This
Deep that side of it,
deep
innit?
that, because deep it as well. When you're driving, people could be snapping in the back, getting lit in the back, having fun at the back. You're even seeing yellow speed camera. You're thinking, oh, like am I over the limit? Like when you're parking, oh, let me check if I don't get ticket. They're living their best life, and it's like you're thinking about so many other things. It's like,
so at least you could do is offer £5.
I think one of the most jarring things about it, the first time is when you're looking for parking, with the guys, and you might be a bit late to the motive. So all the man them like, oh hair's cool, man, hair's cool.
You're thinking, no, it's not cool, bro.
But you're
when
thinking,
you get home, you're gonna get that letter. You will get that letter.
But because of the like peer pressure and it's late, they're saying, oh yeah, hair's cool. You slap it there, cool.
Yeah.
You come out and see the ticket. And then when it comes down to paying, now it's a different story.
On a short car, you decided to drive it. You decided to park it.
You see people's sides.
It's your responsibility, boy.
You see other people's sides, boy. You see everybody's true colour.
It's a different story.
You know, after a while, one thing I've said though, if we're running late to a motive, I say, if you want to hop out, like, I'll find parking. Like, it's calm. Like, if you want to hop out, I'll meet you guys there.
I gotta start doing that, you know. I'll hop out because I gotta find the right spot. But at the end of the day, when a letter comes through of £65, if you pay it within 12 days, and it's 130 if you don't pay it in that period, no one's gonna be there.
How do you even approach your friends, like, when you get a ticket? Do you even tell them, or you just take that L? So
in the past, once in the past I did. I shouted the man then. This was probably like a couple years ago now. I shouted them that, I was like, we all came to a decision in the car that we're parking here. So I shouted the man that, okay, you man.
But the people in the car, did they all have their license?
No, not everybody.
The ones that don't have license always have something to say. That's what I don't get.
But through them,
don't feel attacked. But sometimes with boys though, they always they'll say, "Oh, it's fine. You're not even on the line to get inspector slap."
It's not. But no, man, it's interesting, man. You just kind of you navigate it, and of course, if you've got that relationship, it is easier. Yeah. But I think for set events, you guys should help each other out. Yeah. If everybody put something so small in, it makes everything fine.
Easier.
It makes everything so fine.
£65 becomes 15.
Then that's,
right. Especially if your friend is like, oh, just send me 10 for pet. You look at it from your house to you're going to even flip in where is it that we've been Shoreditch, So imagine from your house you're going to Shoreditch, it's telling you £30. Your friend's only asking you for 10.
That's there and back as well, though.
And your friend is picking you up and taking you home. They're not even
they're
giving you vibes.
No car Uber cancelling on you.
Yeah, they're giving you vibes.
Arguing. You've got the aux.
Yeah.
Like, you're
true.
even picking
You're
song.
stopping at the shops.
You're changing the song.
It's a win-win.
No,
just £10.
No, it's true.
Nothing.
It's true. I went to the last one I went to touch on here, and because I've seen this, I saw this during the week, innit? So in Italy, they've got a really low birth rate. So in 2022, they had the lowest amount of births in terms of like newborns ever recorded in their history.
Did they have an Asian population?
Very old population. Yeah. Italy. I've read up about it, and I read it. As I was reading through, it was saying like a lot of the people were saying, and the reason why a lot of like women aren't having children
there's no money.
is because
there's no money.
They'd rather prioritize like a job and building stability rather than the children and the cost that come with having the children.
There's no money.
And the government have tried like a scheme where you get a bit of funds for having a child, but they're saying that it's not enough. Like even if I have a child and that money isn't enough,
it's
really.
Not. The risk of childbirth alone.
So they're saying that they're not having kids because they want to build like a foundation for themselves first.
They're having it like a lot later, so like in their mid 30s or late 30s, opposed to like in your 20s. So I wanted to ask you guys, like, does factors like that impact your like plans for children and so on and so forth in the future?
Yes.
How?
That's my even thinking about something that even happened today. I'm 23 years old. I'm still my mother and father's responsibility to this day. If anything happens, So I had like a situation today, for example, and then I hit up my dad, and then my dad said, "Don't worry, I'll sort it. I'll pay for it." I'm 23. So that's what my dad's got until God knows when.
Yeah.
So imagine now you have a child. We're in a cost of living crisis. You have to do this for so how many years, and you're just managing yourself. I don't think it's fair to bring in a child when you're only just managing.
Yeah.
Things aren't easy. Things for you. Sometimes some months you're even struggling to sort yourself out. Things aren't as easy for you. And we thank God that we're calm. We all have a roof over our heads and stuff. But I think that forward thinking and forward planning will save a lot of resentment that your child may have for you in the future.
Yeah, it's so true. But you know what's so interesting about it though? I'll read nothing about it. So what it's causing, because you've got an aging population, so you've got a lot of people who are now in their 60s and 70s and 80s. That means there's a over reliance on care homes now, and nursing and funding like that. So now there's almost like a you've got like an imbalanced nation, and certain areas are being like stretched.
Yeah.
Like there's so many olders now.
Yeah.
So like
even in the hospital, you go to the hospital, it's just like many old people.
Yeah.
Like that's all you see.
The dynamic is interesting.
Yeah.
How does it impact you?
I feel like me, where I am, especially in my life right now, I just feel like, so I feel like I'm advancing. Okay. I'm at that point in my life right now where I'm growing, I'm advancing, and I see people that there's nothing wrong with having a child at a young age. Like, to some people, that's what they want. Like, some people have always been like, from young, I can't wait to be a mum or blah, blah. But for me, I am very, very
cool with being the rich auntie.
Being the rich auntie. I am, and I've got nieces and nephews, and I love it. And I'm literally like, I could not deal with having to deal with them more than one day.
At least you can give them back.
And do you know what I mean? I can give them back. Like, I can be like, all right, cool, like, Sandra, you need to take your kids now. Like I've had enough. I've had enough. So I just feel like right now, I don't have to have kids. Like before, I feel like with our parents, they had to kind of, not even just our parents, and even maybe their parents, you'd be having kids to maintain the family, to grow, like, to look after what's going on, or blah, 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 blah. Yeah. But now we don't have that pressure anymore. It's more so like,
when you're ready,
do what you want to do, get yourself where you want to be, and then decide.
I think that's actually changed in our generation, actually. I think there's a lot more opening mindset to like, when you're ready, when you're settled. It's important, man.
And I just feel like I want to be somewhere first. I don't want my kids to hold me back. I don't want to have that feeling of like, if I didn't have a child now, maybe I could have upped and moved to another country.
And then you also represent your child as well.
Do you know what I mean? Which happens. Like, if I get like a booking tomorrow and like he wants me to travel around the world with him, if I had kids, I might not be able to do that. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So for me, it's like, until I'm more secure in myself,
the foundations, isn't it?
then I can think about having kids. And also, I'm not in a relationship as well, so I feel like nowadays less people are in relationships. More people want to be in a relationship before they have kids. So with the way that people's ideologies have changed on love, like the way that everybody's kind of like, city girls or city boys, so we are having less relationships, less meaningful relationships. So cold. Maybe that's also another reason as to why people aren't having babies. A lot of people that are having babies, it was unplanned. Yeah. Like, if you see the amount of planned pregnancies compared to unplanned pregnancies, I think there's way more unplanned compared to the planned ones. The ones that are planning it are taking their time. They want to take their time because they want to also, not only, you want to enjoy being in a couple before you enjoy being a family, if you know what I mean.
You want to have time to build and grow together first prior to
and
that,
before that you want to build yourself. So I want to build myself first, and then when my partner comes along, we build together, and then we grow as a 2 before we come into a 3.
Or even a 4.
Slow down.
God blesses you with twins, baby.
Slow down.
God bless you, twin, baby.
I'll stay the auntie for now. I'm good.
Imagine
twins first.
I think that'd be quite fun to be
done.
Yeah, have a look.
Job done. Call it a day.
Done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I've always said two's my goal. If you see me with a third one, it wasn't planned.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
fair play.
it wasn't planned.
That's gonna be me with one.
Yeah, nah, but yeah, it
So
was.
that's gonna be me.
But yeah, like it was just very interesting seeing that, and in Italy as well. But like, I remember a few years ago, you guys might have heard about it, but China had like a one child policy a few years ago.
Yeah.
And obviously
because they have an overpopulation.
Well, now is like,
So what happens if you were pregnant with twins during that one child policy?
I think you have to pay. I think it's something you pay for.
to pay?
Or some people, you know, like I heard some stories. Some parents would like kill children or put them somewhere.
Oh,
Do you remember that?
Did you watch that film? Something About Monday or something like that film where there was a woman that gave birth to like 8 kids in China, and they hid the kids, and they all looked the same. So the one was called Monday, one was called Tuesday, and they were going out on their days. I can't remember. It's something about Monday. Remember Monday? I can't remember. And they only go on their days. And then if one thing happens, so for example, let's say one of them lost their finger in the accident.
Yeah, they all had to
lose their finger.
So interesting.
They all had to lose
I
their
actually
finger.
remember that film, you know. That was a cold film.
That was a good film.
It was good.
I might have watched that, you know. That was a cold film. But as I was saying,
And I think it was based like around that China one.
yeah. But as I was saying, but you know, it's so interesting because obviously back then, a lot of parents, if they had a child and it was a daughter, they'd either kill it or try to get rid of it because they want a family name. The family name in it. So it was like, that was really, and it caused huge problems. But now their population is aging because there's not enough women for all the men around.
Yeah.
So now there's like a big, like, how do we get all these men married and having children? As now there's barely any women.
That's their problem.
And you killed all your women 20 years ago.
That's their problem.
So, it's not how these...
boys.
No, but
It's
these
not
things
how
have
they-
reoccurring effects.
Repercussions, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, it's important. No, but, guys, that was fun, man.
Yeah.
I've had such a fun time.
Yeah,
Let's
that was
do
a
it
good episode.
again. Let's do it again.
That was a really good
have
episode.
to.
Yeah, that was a really good episode. It was great. Learning about your journey and the different topics that we explored as well. But yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Hope the business keeps growing and building.
Amen.
Yeah,
We'll see more levels.
Amen.
So.
Amen.
Absolutely,
By
amen.
the grace of God.
Of course, we'll put all the social stuff in the description as well. Of
At
course.
Taste with SB.
Okay. And of course, guys, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Of course, we'll be bringing more conversations, more insightful conversations to learn and to grow. And until next time, man. See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.